Sahana bhavatu Sahano bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. When it comes to Rajas and Tamas, says it binds fast. Sattva also binds you. Rajas and Tamas also binds. Difference is Rajas and Tamas binds you faster. Sattva doesn't bind you so fast. It takes time. Because essentially the problem is Sattva is so subtle. It's difficult for you to tuning into Sattva first. So first you need to get tuned into Sattva, and then you have to get attached to that, and thus bondage happens. You see, it's refinement. Sattva is more of refinement, and a person to get attached to refinement is very difficult. You see, that's why it doesn't bind you so fast. Like if you see, in Mahabharata, you see, all along if you see that character of Bhishma, every scene you see Bhishma, he will look like an idiot. See, at any point of time, if Bhishma would have said, "Excuse me," what would be the scenario? Huh? All that he has to do is what? Dhritarashtra, I'll meet you in the chamber, wait. He doesn't have to even speak in public. You see, in front of everyone, in assembly he doesn't have to speak. All that he has to do is, I'll come to your chamber or you come to my chamber. Problem would have been resolved, isn't it? And most of us who read the entire story, you will have more anger towards Bhishma than Duryodhana. See, because Duryodhana, all of us know, of course he is going to be like that. He is bad, full stop. He is, jealous, he is arrogant, Rajasic fellow. So there's no problem for us. But it's very difficult for us to digest Bhishma. Why? And it's not that Bhishma was very happy. You see, not that Bhishma was so indifferent that he didn't care what's happening. Isn't it? Suppose Bhishma also enjoying. Yeah, I didn't get the seat, no. I should have been the king. He should have looked at Satyavati and laughed. What does your father say? No, he was genuinely worried as to what to do to continue. In fact, these guys keep on calling themselves Kuru Vamsa, but it is not Kuru Vamsa at all, actually speaking. Strictly. They are not Kuru Vamsa. But then they belong to that category, say. But what is the position of Bhishma there? And he also suffered. It's not that he was blissful. Krishna was blissful all along. You see, Bhishma, even though he was sattvic, genuine, sincere, very committed, very difficult for us to tune in to that sort of a scenario. That is why you getting bound by sattva is not going to be an easy task. See? That's why specifically he says, Rajas and Tamas will bind you faster. Meaning that is common. Faster in the sense, anything which comes faster means it's common. You see. Fast food. Fast food chains you can have, right? See, like McDonald's have their franchisees and things. Can you create idiyappam? Minoli. McDonald's மாதிரி இடியாப்பம் பண்ணிக்க முடியுமா? That's not possible. Because that patties or that bun, that the essential ingredient that goes in can be prepared and kept for frozen and kept. All that you have to do is defreeze it and give. Can you do that with idiyappam? Dosa has to be prepared. You cannot say, I will make dosa batter for 1 week and keep it. One day. Second day you make dosa from the same batter, the taste is different. It's not the same. McDonald's you can do that. Pani puri. That puri you make and keep. Correct? Puri you make and keep, and then you keep that. Chutney you can make and keep. All that you have to do is what? Half an hour before I open the shop, I have to place everything and mix in that water and keep it ready. Only the stuffing needs to be fresh. Obviously, water should be fresh. That's more of healthy. More dirty, better taste, they say. More dirty water you use, better taste is there. Jokes apart, but those things are possible. You see, certain dishes needs to be prepared fresh. You cannot convert that into a fast food chain. That is not possible for these, certain dishes. Certain dishes it is possible. That's why they are separately called as fast food chain. Similarly, this Rajas and Tamas, because committing yourself to that sattvic quality demands a lot from you. It's very rare to find a person who has that commitment to something higher. Like you take, New Year resolutions. You take a resolution and then what happens? To commit to that for that 1 year itself is too much. So what we started doing now? I am going to do this for 1 week. Monday to Saturday. Sunday is a cheating day. I don't know who you are cheating. Cheating day. Why? First requirement for you is give me that cheating. See, then we will talk about discipline and all that. First, show me the way to get out. Sattva will not look out for all these things. When it says I am committing, it is committed for lifetime. That's why in our marriage system, there is no such thing called divorce. There's no provision itself. They have provisions for so many things. They could have given one provision for divorce also. No. There's no provision for divorce here. That's your prarabdha. Live with it. What to do now? Committing for lifetime. We will be friends for lifetime. I will work in this company for lifetime. Unheard of. Nowadays, there's something wrong with that fellow. That's why in IT they say, so why are you shifting? Say, sir, I've been working in this company for 5 years. If I continue, I will not get. So I have to switch. Only when I switch, I get that 20% increase. Rental. They say what? After 4 years, the owner will say, vacate. He will not allow you to stay there. Why? If a new tenant comes in, 20% increase straight away. You will be giving 5% increase. 20% increase. So I want that, says. It's impossible for us to have that, that notion. And now we have gone to such an extent where committing such a thing is impractical and impossible and idiotic. You see that? First we said it is impossible, then we said it is impractical. Finally, where we have landed now, if someone says I am committing like that, you look at him pitiful. He is an idiot. He is not smart. That's why he says, Tat Nibadnanti, says, that binds faster, O Bharata. Arjuna, it binds faster. Because sattva is subtle. Anything that is subtle demands refinement to get attuned to. Sattva is a refinement. Where do you find a person who is refined and attached to that refinement? Bhishma is a classic character. Sattvic, attuned to sattva, stuck by, bound by dharma. Now we understand, sir, dharma is something which is to be liberating, no? But here is a person who is bound by his dharma. Amazing. How they have, characterized. Even if it is a story, I don't believe it's a story, but still, even if it is a story, to visualize a character like Bhishma and to maintain that character right through the story. In entire Mahabharata, right through that story, one character runs. Even Krishna comes, post-interval. He doesn't come in Mahabharata early. He comes, much, much later. Draupadi Swayamvara is the first appearance of Krishna. Before that, no news of Krishna in entire Mahabharata. He appears. Because all these kings have been invited. They also been invited, they are sitting there. That's about it. Otherwise, there is no news of Krishna anywhere. This Bhishma, right through he comes. And in every situation, he is in dilemma. And every time he takes, every decision of his is based on that one principle, one decision. The moment I have decided I am going to step down and stand as a servant. What is the job of a servant? Job of a soldier is what? Do. That's the first training they give in police, military, NCC. NCC training. What is the first thing they teach you? NCC போயிருக்கீங்களா? NCC. First thing they teach you is what? First thing they tell you is what? You will be standing there. Right turn. For what? Have you ever asked? எதுக்கு திரும்ப? Standing there and you are standing in front of me. That instructor is there in front of me. I am standing there. Behind me or next to me, all my friends are standing. Schoolmates are all standing. Then he says what? For no reason, they will say, attention. Stand. Stand it is. Attention. For what? Suppose if enemy comes, automatically I'll turn, no? If I know enemy is coming from my right, you think I'll be looking at left? If I don't know enemy coming from right, obviously I'll be looking all over the places. If I know enemy is coming from there, why will I look? Why will I not turn there? Absolutely irrational command. That's the first training given. What is it? Right turn, left turn, about turn. For what? For what I have to do about turn now? No questions asked. About turn, full stop. You are not supposed to question. Once I have stepped down from the position of a commander and becomes a soldier, what am I supposed to do? Obey. I have no jurisdictions beyond that. I have no business to comment whether it is right or wrong. Simply follow. Very difficult, particularly when you have that power in you. See, if you see that entire Mahabharata war, 18 days of war, 10 days Bhishma, Drona 5 days, only half, Karna 2.5 days. You know that? 2.5 days, that's all. Karna couldn't manage more than that. But Bhishma was standing there for 10 days. He was standing, guarding these fellows. Unbelievable strength. When you have that strength, when you have that capabilities, and when you are very clearly you are able to see what they are saying is wrong, and still to continue, demands a lot of things. That's sattva. That also binds. The bondage of sattva is so difficult for you to understand, first of all, because it binds you not through agitation. You see, the agitation of Duryodhana is not the same. Dhritarashtra was also agitated. Duryodhana also agitated. But Bhishma was not agitated in that sense. He was concerned. You see, he is not disturbed. He is concerned. There is a difference between being concerned and being agitated. These two fellows agitated. You see, very difficult. Sattva binds. That bondage of sattva itself is so difficult to connect. That's why he says, this rajas and tamas binds faster, he says. Yes?
So is there a difference in intensity, or does that depend on my perspective?
Quality. Quality difference. Quality is different. How much of rajas is there in you, that much of binding is there through rajas. How much of tamas you carry, that much will be there. You see, intensity is with reference to the quantum of sattva, rajas, tamas. But the bondage is different in quality. You see, like you call the fellows chain snatcher. You heard of chain snatchers? Are they really chain snatchers? You go with a chain on with the steel. Will he snatch? Huh? Will he snatch? He will not snatch. One look at you, he will say, "Ga." A spatikam adu? What you are wearing? Huh? Spatikam. Spatika she is wearing, chain. That's all chain, na? Will he snatch that? One look at her, he will say, "Pa." He will say, "Perse, kalambu," he will say. He is snatching what? Gold. You should call him what actually? Gold snatcher, not a chain snatcher. Any chain he is not going to snatch. He is going to snatch only what? Gold, no? Yeah. Quality difference. He understands the quality. This is also chain. That is also chain. You can wear a chain. Like sometimes, you can't see the difference between platinum and, silver. Platinum, many of them. In fact, it happened in one house here in Bangalore. One of our students' house, the cousin of their house, the lady who was working in their house had stolen the earrings. She has stolen. Studded with diamonds. Solitaire diamonds. They caught her, and she confessed that, "Yeah, I've stolen, I sold it to this fellow." And they went to that guy, to the pawnbroker. They asked him, he agreed, "Yes, but she gave me only gold. There was no diamonds in that." They looked at this lady. They said, yeah, there are some stones there. I thought the weight, he will cheat me. The pawnbroker will cheat me with the weight of the stones. So I removed those stones and threw it. She genuinely did it. She cannot, you see, as far as she is concerned, what is there? She can't see the difference between just a stone and a diamond. Tamas. You see, can't see the difference. Like platinum is more expensive than gold, but still, people don't understand the value. In the same way, Sattva is so qualitatively different, very difficult for a common man to recognize that. So the recognition itself is so difficult, we say it is. See, you will get attached. You will get bound. To what you will get bound? To what you will get bound? Okay, to what you will get attached? Huh? Huh? What will you like?
What suits your nature?
I think we should stop Vedanta class, Gita class, and start, Holocaust of attachment. You will get attached only to things that gives you happiness, joy. Anything that gives you happiness, you will get attached. Full stop. It doesn't make any difference. What doesn't make any difference? Anything that gives me a kick, joy, contentment, fulfillment, security, whatever words you use now. If a thing were to give me happiness, I will. The thought of it, believing something to be mine, gives me a joy. It doesn't matter what that is. It could be anything. It's mine. See, you are living in a rented house, right, for 10 years. Suddenly the owner comes and says, we have decided to sell this house, vacate. The fellow says, what? You're going to sell it? Yes, I will buy. What are you quoting? Right. He goes, gets it registered, and comes back. House is same. He has been living in that house for the last 10 years. Now that he has got it registered in his name, is there anything externally changed? All that has changed is what? He had been to some office and signed some papers. Actually, what has happened is only that. Suddenly he starts feeling that house is what? 1 week before, if they have to hang a calendar and nail the wall, what you would have done? No, not there, put one here, he'll put one. He say, no, it's not looking nice, close that and put here, he will say. Today, wall is same, calendar is same, nail is same. Now what he will do? No nails on the wall. Why? Same wall, same house. It's not that he has just bought it or anything, please. He has been living in that for the last 10 years. Still, suddenly that whole perception about the house has changed. Is it outside or it is inside? It's inside. It's got nothing to do with the world. The moment you say it's mine, you see, the moment it has, you have taken that ownership, and to what you will call as mine is the difference. You see, what you are going to call as mine, you get so attached to your child. Correct? Why? Invariably, if you see, the father's attachment and the mother's attachment. Mother's attachment is much more than the father's attachment. Mother get attached much more than fathers. Why? Born of me, sir. I gave birth. I gave birth. Ramatirtha asks, the lies that you get in the head, is also born of you only. Cancer cell is also born of you only. It's not, you don't get infected, no? Fortunately, Imagine cancer is also like corona. Population control will be very easy. It's born of you only, no? Correct? But can you treat it as yours? Why you are not able to treat that also as yours? If this is the reason, this is born of me. It's born out of this body. This body has created that body. If you feel, if that is the reason for you to get attached, then you should get the same attachment with this also. Why you are not getting here? That's sattva. A sattvic fellow will see both as same. Almost impossible for you to connect. No, it's not same. You see, body is different. That body is different. This body has more features like mine. So as soon as the child is born, first thing they ask, is it looking like father or mother? Just to irritate, you should say neighbor and walk out. Finished. Grandfather, grandmother. Go on asking, looking like grandfather. Many houses I go and see, lot of them have told me also this. Your daughter, exact copy of you. I have kept the both photographs actually. My face and her face. Anything resembles there, nothing resembles to my eyes. She is exactly like you. Talking, I'm not talking about the behaviors and all these things. Imitation. Whatever you look, you imitate and you do that. That's all it is. It's an imitation. That's about it. There's nothing else. But features, look, it is not. But many they come and say, look, exactly like you, exactly like you, exactly like you. So what are you getting attached to? You get attached to two things. Anything that you can call as mine, and anything that gives you joy and happiness. Right? To get joy out of sattva, not easy. See, to get joy out of sattvic quality. Like if you go to the music concerts, you can easily identify. The mass will start enjoying the music only after the mridangam starts. The beat. There are two types of music you will have. One is melody based, another one is beat based. What in our language they call as raga and tala. Raga based and tala based. Tala based is very easy to relate to. You see, but raga not easy to relate. I'm not saying your ability to identify the raga. That depends on training. You see, Is it Moganam? Is it Karakara Priya? Is this Kalyani and all that? Those things are all requires a technical training. I'm not talking about a technical training. Just that ability to relate to just the sound. No words, no meanings. Then comes the song. In the song you have the meaning. I'm not referring to that also. Sahitya is there. Sahitya is the song. The beauty of the song or the words, that ability of you to visualize those things and then connect, that is a different thing. You see? But just that sound, that's what when they are singing that raga alap, you should look around. Very rare you see people able to enjoy. They say, yeah, will be there, but connecting to that is not easy. That's sattva. See, sattvic happiness. To get the joy out of sattvic happiness. Eating, spicy, pungent, these are the type of foods very easy to connect to. Sattvic food is very difficult to relate to. Plain boiled peanuts, very difficult to relate. See, chicky is easy. Plain boiled peanuts, no salt added to it, nothing. Plain it should be. It has a taste, and to cherish that taste is not easy. People eat it. When you give them, they eat. But in a buffet, you keep that boiled peanuts with other things. You should see how many will reach to that first. You see, that's how we identify. Buffet, when you keep, options are there, right? To which you go? Curd rice. There's no taste in that. And then what we have to do is add that, is that avaka urga. Avaka urga is very nice. You add a taste. So what you are actually consuming is not curd rice. What you are having is what? That urga. Of course it is tasty. I am not saying it is not tasty. It is tasty. But is it sattvic is the point. See, sattvic food. Pizza, best pizza, they say, தெரியுமா எது best pizza tastes very good. Best taste of pizza you get when you consume next day. தெரியுமா next day you buy, keep it, next day you heat it and eat and see the taste. Experiment, don't. But I tell you, 90% of you will fall for it. After that, you will not have fresh pizza. You will buy and keep. I'm going to have pizza tomorrow. You will buy today. The taste is, really the taste is different. Very good. I'm not talking about probiotics and this and all that, please. I'm talking about the food value. That just the taste in the tongue. To attune to something which carries a fine taste. You can't define. Water has a taste. Just that plain water. Drink. The room temperature water. Have it. Similarly, the joy of having that cold shower, cold water. Many take it, but not for the joy of it. You see, not for the joy. You take cold shower. For what? It's healthy, sir. It puts the what is it? The BP comes down. This one, that one. You are not doing it for the joy of it. You see, when there is rain and when there is chill outside, you have a hot water bath. That shower is giving you a joy, right? There is a joy in it. At that time you have a cold shower and see, do you enjoy it, or you open the shower and stand at a distance? Cold water. That's why when you go out, there's tour and all that. First thing they look into is what? Check into the hotel, first thing they ask is geyser working? If geyser is not working, now you are finished. Very easy. All that you have to do is what? Open the tap and stand for 2 minutes and come out. Wipe the... Can't enjoy it. The joy of doing. Sattva is difficult to get that joy first. After you started enjoying is where that possibility of getting attached. From the angle of this. Various things, expansion is going on. In fact, I'm just saying 2-3 angles at least you should understand. Why he is saying Rajas and Tamas binds faster? Because it's easy. It binds you. Why? Because it's easy. What is easy, sir? It is easy for you to get the joy out of Rajasic and Tamasic things. Right? But Sattva, very difficult to derive joy out of it. If somehow you get tuned to it by force, it has to be a force actually, not the joy. Like people, go to the Sabarimala. Once they have that, mala for this, then they have 48 days of, vrata. At that time they have to take cold water bath. Okay. You see them, like you go to the rivers and all, see people taking bath there. How they enter? They don't enter with joy. They enter with a resistance there, a sort of a discomfort. And then what? Punya you will get only if you take 3 dips. Only then you will get punya. Then that fellow will say, doesn't matter, it's worth it, man. Free, no? Punya. All that you have to do is what? Go and take 3 dips in that Ganges. Now you get punya, all your papa wiped off, and you get punya also. Straight you go to heaven. Who will not opt for that? It's okay, it's worth it. You see, as soon as they come out, and lot of them make this mistake of going to that water during noon. See, when the sun is hot, and they genuinely think, in fact, river water gets warmer in the morning, not during day. In the morning you should. But it is so painful. Although later on he is going to say that, sattvic happiness starts bitter, ends nectarine. Because the starting point of the sattvic happiness is bitterness. Who will get attached to something which is bitter? Naturally, we don't go, isn't it? Like that's why when a child is born, when people who go to see the child, they carry sugar, sweets and all that. So everyone, will take some honey and put it in the tongue, and the child will enjoy. Castor oil you try, no? Neem oil. See, the child doesn't know any taste. It's infant. It doesn't know any taste. But you put a neem oil, the face goes different. You put honey, the face goes different. Correct? So naturally, to what we are attracted to? Sweet. You don't get. This is the design. The design is that sattvic happiness starts. That doesn't mean you start drinking neem oil. From tomorrow onwards, I am going to train my infant. So what to do now? I am going to give him neem oil. Once a month castor oil is okay. It will clear the gut. That's medical. But you don't get a joy out of that. Please. One side. On the other side, to what you get attached to is what you are going to call as mine. Right? And if you see carefully, all those things that you are calling as mine is rooted only on your body. See, anything which is not rooted in your body, you cannot claim as mine. I am a proud Indian. Why? Your body is born of. German says the same thing. What's a tagline this fellow had? Trump. Make America great again. His campaign. Make America great again. So every American feels they are great. Every Chinese is going to feel they are great. Okay, every Pakistani feels they are great. Correct? Now, who is correct in that? Pakistan is different, Chinese different, American different, Indian different, German different. They are all different ones. But unless you believe that you and this body to get attached to something or to own up something which is not connected to the body, that's the starting point of sattva. See, very difficult. Unconnected to the body. As closer it comes, it gets easier and easier and easier. The intensity with which you can feel for RCB is not the same intensity with which you feel for BCCI. Remember, RCB is a club, BCCI is a club. You know that, no? It's a club. Indian cricket team, Government of India connect pannir. There is a club called BCCI which comes under ICC. They have a tournament. Similarly, Australian Cricket Board is there. British Cricket Board is there. They are all clubs. Right? The attachment for you can have with reference to RCB club, CSK club. But the same CSK captain Dhoni were to be playing for BCCI, what do you do? You see that? Within Bangalore, imagine there is a club, Basavangudi club, Indiranagar club. There is a cricket match between Basavangudi club and Indiranagar club. Don't you have that thing? We are all South Bangalore people. Huh? Sir, South Bangalore is different, sir. North Bangalore different, sir. Division is very clear. And then suddenly, one person will, we are central Bangalore. That's different. And fellow, in South Bangalore, they'll say what? So, Jayanagar different, Basavangudi different. Inside Basavangudi, you will say what? Same Basavangudi only. Everything is Basavangudi only, but then that street is different, this street is different. In that street, this row is different, that row is different. In that row, see, as you bring closer and closer and closer, the intensity with which you feel gets more and more and more. Further and further and further you go, Asians versus Europeans, and then African. We are all African countries. So there is an association for that African countries. So as long as you have, but then suddenly you go as we are all humans. The thought of we are all humans will come only when? Huh? When you go to Mars, it will not come. When somebody comes from Mars. You have not seen this, Hollywood movies like alien attack. I don't know why all attack happens only in America. Weird. Maybe there no aliens like America, US, I think. All attack. It comes to a point where even the president has to fly. President of America, there's one movie, Independence Day. President of United States becomes a pilot. Impossible, to imagine. Why? Alien attacks, sir. So you can feel that we are humans when? Only when an alien comes. Otherwise you are not going to feel it. You can feel you are Indian when? Only when there is a war. When there is no war, what happens? Put a pause button for war, what happens? It's not stopped. Know that. Peace time, neither peace nor war time, and then war time. You know that, no? In international diplomacy, they always have these three periods. Peace time, no peace, no war time, and there is war. Only three are there. Trikala, you say, no? Idan Trikala. 3 periods of time. It's not past, present, future. It means what? Peace time, neither peace nor war, and then war time. If we are going to be, when do you feel that? See, to identify with the higher or a larger circle during normal times, that is sattva. During emergency you feel, it's not a feel actually speaking, it is just a survival mechanism. Remember, it's not a feel factor. It is survival. If you have to survive, you have to be together. The togetherness that you experience during emergency is not yours. It is situation driven. So once a situation changes, what will happen to the feeling? Feeling will go. It will disappear. So that same commitment, the same level of sacrifice, the same intensity with which you are willing to serve, will it continue during normal times? Adan sattva. To take that ownership. This Rajas and Tamas is very easy to understand. See, Rajas and Tamas, if you have to understand, fundamentally you take 2 points. Thinking, action. Easy. Action dimension, thinking dimension. At thought level and at the action level. At the action level is much easier to understand between the two. Rajas will do what? Rajas will force you to act. That is the nature of Rajas, he says. It will force you to action. Your likes and dislikes, your desires, your attachments will force you to act. Tamas is what now? Pramada, Alasya, Nidra. 3 qualities he says. Tamas. Pramada, heedlessness. Alasya, indolence, indifference, inaction, laziness. Nidra, sleepy. Not sleeping. See, not sleeping. Sleepiness. These 3 things define Tamas. So this Alasya will do what? It will prevent you from action. You see that? Rajas will force you to act. Tamas will resist action, prevent you from action. So what is happening to you internally? You are pulled in 2 different directions. One aspect of you says act, another aspect of you says don't act. This is what you are calling as stress in life. Otherwise there is no stress in life. All that you are calling as stress, depression, agitation, disturbance, this, whatever words you use, all this is nothing but these 2 forces operating on you. Rajas says do, Tamas says don't do. No action. Act, no act. Act, no act. Says. And that he says, this pramada is the heedlessness, indifference. Adam pramada. Careless. Carelessness and mistakes in action. Pramada. Pramada means many times you feel that you forgot to do something which you thought as important thing. You there? That's pramada. What is pramada? Heedlessness. Indifference. Indifference means what is indifference? Not being careless. That's also there. But actually where it manifests, how it manifests if you see carefully, is something in you says this is important. I am only explaining act and no act, the tug of war. What is the tug of war? Something which you thought as important, which you kept as a priority, which you felt it should be done. And then you yourself forget that you have fixed it. Even easier example would be, you keep the alarm to wake up. Right? When the alarm rings, who puts it off continues to sleep? It's not somebody else. Same you. Then who is fixing the alarm? I still remember, there's a lady from Bombay. She was coming to the ashram. When I was studying, she was saying that. She said, I'm still trying to wake up early. This I'm saying in 93. I met her, 93. Met her. At that time she said, I've been trying for the last 10 years to wake up. And so I used to praise her for her commitment. She says, amazing dance. She's religiously, she keeps alarm every day. I have not met her after that. Was there, of course, till 97 I had seen her. After that, I came out, so I couldn't meet her. But I've been hearing about her. But since I have not met her, I can't give, first-hand information. But till that, I have seen her. He's saying, we are doing still. So every time it has become a joke amongst us. Alarm is still there. Genuinely she will say, I'm still trying here. No, not working. You tell no what I should do. You tell no what I should do. You can give her any advice under the sun. She will say, I have tried it. Not one day, not 2 days, years. Amazing character. What you can tell her? You can only tell her what? Pramada. Tamas is there so much in you. It will never allow you will forget important thing. Ram Pramada. Dangerous quality, tamas. I'm scared to even explain actually. And if I don't explain, you will not understand the danger of it. And if I explain, you will get annoyed with me. I don't know what to do with that. Tamas, deadly quality. Yes. You don't care. You don't care for what? Carelessness, you say. Carelessness means what? Huh? You commit something. You see, you don't care about the consequence. You don't understand what you are saying and what you are doing. Karma, alasya, says laziness, pramada, heedlessness. It's a dangerous quality. And we don't understand the danger of these tamasic qualities. Rajas is also not as dangerous as tamas. And you will not realize, like Ravana. That's why we give far-fetched examples. Why I refrain from giving personal examples. But certain times for you to understand the intensity of this tamas, pramada, careless action. Let's see, what can he do? All evidence is there right in front of your eyes. That's what Vibhishana says. Ravana, can't you see that there is a flaw in your boon itself? You have discounted 2 humans, Vanaras, from your list. It's not there in the list. And now you see these 2 are joined together and coming. Can't you see it is a downfall? Can't you see that it's impossible for you to defend yourself against them? And remember, Sita is not the first lady abducted by Ravana. Okay? I don't think she is the only one. She is the first and last. No. He is habitual offender. He is. He is not a first time offense. Habitual offender he is. It's pramada. You follow up and follow up and follow up. Careless for the consequences of your action. When you say pramada, carelessness, careless towards what? towards the consequence of your action. You don't care. Same way, you have this alasya. And he says nidra, sleep. Like in Malayalam, no, they have life they define. Malayalam. There's a proverb in Malayalam. Undal uranganam, urangiyal unnanam. You understand, no? Undal uranganam, urangiyal undanam. If you eat, sleep. You wake up, eat. Life ada. He says nidra, sleep. Whole life is what? Sleeping only it is. Sleeping. Sleepiness in the sense, remember, sleep is a necessity one for the body and the mind, the senses. So the equipments needs to be rested, because only in the rest, only in the sleep, they get regenerated. Otherwise, they get lost, because they are all equipments. You see, body is an equipment. Any equipment, if it is constant use, it needs to be rested, and it needs to be over-oiling needs to be done, maintenance needs to be done. If it is constantly on, it will die faster. So for the sustenance of that equipment and for the efficiency of the equipment, it needs to be rested, it needs to be repaired, it needs to be revived. The body gets its revival and things only in sleep. Not during, you're not doing anything. You can also keep sitting. I'm not doing anything, sir, I'm only resting, you can say. But the body doesn't get that revival. The body's revival happens only during the sleep. Right? So it is a must. It doesn't matter whether you call it as 8 hours sleep is needed, or 6 hours sleep is needed, 4 hours sleep is needed, half an hour is needed. Yoga nidra you do for half an hour is enough. You can be active for 23.5 hours. Whatever you do, essentially what is needed, sir? Sleep is needed. But that is not bounding. You see, bondage, when he says that sleep, or 8 hours or 7 hours, or that 18 hours of the sleep of the baby. The baby sleep for 18 hours. Some babies sleep even for 22 hours. The infants, they're born, they sleep long. As they grow, the sleep comes and settles down at some time. And as you age, what will happen? Again, slowly it will increase. See, it's life, it's a cycle. See, that sleep, Krishna cannot be calling as bondage. You see, if that sleep is called as bondage, then something wrong with the nature's design itself. You're all with me? But then he puts it across as these three things is tamas, that is binds fast. Not only binds, he says, it binds fast. Which means he is not referring to nidra in the during the course of the day, normal times. Now nidra he refers to is what now? Not normal, abnormal. Abnormal means what? As you are driving, doze off, lot of accidents happens, That's why now these vehicles have come with the alert. The moment it sees the grip is not, it alarm comes, 700 has, 700 has. I have not tried that. Have you tried? Better not. If you would have said yes enough, Better you said no. It vibrates. If you are not responding to it, it automatically applies brake and stops. Why? Sleeping is not the problem. Sleeping in the wrong time, wrong place, and sleep will come and force you in the wrong time, in the wrong place. That binds you. You see, normal sleep is not binding. That you can't call it a binding. If that is binding, then mistake of nature. It's not our mistake, and you can never get out of it. You see, can you get rid of it? Is there a possibility for a person not to sleep at all, sir? I'm going to transcend tamas. Therefore, what I'm going to do? One of the tortures they do, the Russian torture, is not allow the person to sleep. They'll feed you, they'll give you anything, nobody hits you, no nothing. Only thing is what? You can't sleep. In 4 days you will start seeing visions. 7 days you will go mad. You will go mad absolutely. Yes. Dangerous one, says. Tamas is dangerous. Sleep. Sleep not a normal sleep. A sleep that is withholding you from doing what you are supposed to be doing. Withholds you from the relevant action. And sleeping in the wrong time, the wrong place. You sleep in the class, what to do? You get a very good sleep, sir. What can we do? I've seen people, go there and sleep. Where you are supposed to sleep, you should sleep. Where you are not supposed to sleep, you are not supposed to sleep. When sleep takes over you in the wrong place, wrong time, binds you faster, he says. Only then you can understand. If you take it in any other way, sleep is a big problem in this verse. Heedlessness, indolence is not the big problem. So big problem is how you interpret sleep. Because sleep is essential for your psychological well-being, for your physical well-being. Sleep is a necessity. So here it is binding you. It is not binding you because of sleep per se. It is withholding you from doing action. Doing a relevant action. Not doing action in the sense, doing the relevant one. So during that time, you will not be able to. So sleeping, wrong time, wrong place. Binds you faster. I'll see you next class.